Okay, whether you love me or whether you hate me, whether you're on the fence of joining me or not joining me, I'm going to explain to you where the conviction comes from that I have regarding several topics that a lot of others are completely wrong about. And let me tell you, this is exactly how I know they're full of shit. And number two, denying that fact. Because when proven wrong with documentation, it's not enough to convince people that are intellectually dishonest on the internet. That's a problem. Number two, I care about people's well-being, unlike most YouTubers. Now, while that may seem bass-ackwards to most of you, that's because most of you are still stuck in fucking la-la land. So, do you want to know where my conviction comes from? I'm about to explain that to you. Number one, it comes from hard work. Number two, it comes from hard work. Number three, it does not come from YouTube videos. I create YouTube videos, yes, but there's always an underlying document, there's always a reference, and there's always a resource explaining my findings. Now, as far as China, and as far as why everything you've been listening to from people like David Lauer on Twitter, who is only here to appease the apes, people like Pulte, people like, I'm not going to name any specific YouTuber names, but most YouTubers, and it's not because they're bad people. It's not because they're bad people. It's because they may be unknowingly spreading this shit that's being disseminated downhill by those in a higher status, such as Pulte, such as other people that are in high status that a lot of you like to, put on a pedestal. Well, let me tell you why they're all full of shit and why this is the reality, and I'm going to continue telling you this is the reality until it's shown to you whenever it happens in the near future. So, number one, regarding GameStop and MOAS and anything of the sort happening this year, it's not going to fucking happen. If you've ever tried reading the original letter that Ryan Cohen sent to GameStop on November 16th, 2020, you would realize that Ryan Cohen himself says in this letter, taking the right steps in 2020 and 2021 can enable GameStop to own a bigger share of the market when estimated industry sales explode to more than $200 billion per year in 2023. Now, please turn your attention to your calendar. Is it 2023? No, it is not 2023. So, why are we buying everything that's sold to us online? They don't care about you. They've never cared about you. They've only cared about their own self-preservation. Me? Take a look at my fucking channel. It's been tanking for the last 6 months, and all I've been trying to do is tell you the truth. Yeah, sure, maybe not in the best way, but I did try in the best way at first, but it got quickly shit on by inbred idiots who can't handle the reality. Now, do I care if the fairy tale ends? No. Do you care if the fairy tale ends? Of course, it's your whole life. I'm trying to get you to realize it doesn't need to be your life. There's a better way. And this is just one component of why I'm so convicted in everything that I've read, in everything that I've seen, and in everything that I'm trying to continuously educate my members on and my viewers on a daily basis, unlike anyone else on YouTube right now. Now, other than this letter, let's talk about some other things. Let's talk about what you got to know to understand what's really going on in this market. As far as GameStop, this letter is all you need to know. Period. Other than that, everything else is speculation. Put your mind where the facts are right here. Next, LIBOR to SOFR likely ties into this. However, LIBOR started transitioning in 2018. What happened after 2018? COVID. What happened when COVID started? Monetary policy reforms. Credit facilities, liquidity facilities. The Fed stepped in as lender of last resort on September 17th, 2019 to provide clearing for money market funds for monetary policy. The supplemental leverage ratio was enacted. The SEC provided sister fund lending relief to these funds, and which is why you see ETFs and ETFs and ETFs and ETFs. That's why that's happening. Now, have you ever looked at the market? Have you seen a red day with more inflow and a green day with more outflow? There's a reason for that. It's called the reverse fucking repo. Guess what happens? The repo, pretend like it's a giant vehicle to short the market with. Because that's what it is. And the SFT service, it's a giant vehicle to cover those assets with. Like, take it or leave it, that's what it is. You can go to the SFT documentation. It describes an SFT service transaction primarily used to, number one, cover FTDs, number two, cover short positions. Now, that's another component, LIBOR to SOFR. If you don't think Ryan Cohen was aware of all this, you're crazy. Now, also, when it comes to LIBOR to SOFR, SOFR is the RRP. They had to get a threshold of volume to be able to get the forward-looking foreign rates that they so desperately needed to clean up a lot of this junk around the world. Another problem is that consumer spending has not gone down despite lockdowns all over the world, despite supply chain issues, which are induced from China transitioning their economy. It all intertwines together. But you're never going to know this shit unless you start looking into it. It's written all over the internet. You're not going to find any of it on Reddit, not on Twitter. So you're going to have to start looking in other places, like these places. There is so much knowledge out there to attain, and that's all I've been trying to do. Albeit in the probably not the nicest way, but you got to understand there is no one else taking on this challenge. No one. So yeah, I may be a little bit, cranky. But again, I would bust my dick for like a year and a half. I'm not like Lou. It's like, hey guys, shut up! And then tell you some bullshit story for 10 minutes. That's not what I like to do. I like to tell you facts, and that's what we're doing here. Now, another thing that you would need to know about is the net stable funding ratio that was enacted over the 4th of July weekend last year. How do I know this? Because that weekend, did I go out and party or go to the club? No, I fucking hate that shit. I stayed right here looking at all of those changes as they came out on a Saturday over a holiday weekend, because no one was looking. And guess what? That was one of the biggest things that I looked into because it literally ties it all together. The net stable funding ratio, what is it for? It's for stable funding. LIBOR going away to SOFR, guess what? It's from unsecured to secured rates. Now, what else do you see? The vehicle that's going to cover all of the shorting going on from the repo in the market, guess what that's called? Securities Financing Transaction. And you know what else? The place to be, the safe haven this year, coming up soon, is the emerging markets. Just think about this. Emerging markets. Do you know what emerging means? Seriously. Now, on top of all this, why don't I think GameStop's going to run this year? Number one, earnings. Number two, earnings. Number three, it's not 2023. Number four, there's no institutional ownership, comparatively speaking, to what we saw in 2021 during January. And lastly, there's no fucking short interest in this stock. I don't care if you believe Ortex. Ortex is a scam company. Short interest is reported twice per month, period. You do not have daily short interest. It's reported twice monthly by FINRA, period. Stop allowing these third-party fucks to sell you. They're doing it every day. Why would I do this? Why would I continuously try to tell you the reality, backed by documents, backed by evidence, if I was trying to lie to you? It makes no fucking sense. Take a look at my channel. I've lost so many subs, and I could not be happier because I knew to begin with I didn't have that many subs. Number one, I'm fucking retarded. There's no way that many people are going to listen to me. But now that I do have some real, genuine, honest people that are following me, I want to make sure that I do my deed as a content creator and provide them value, which is what is important. So again, you may think I don't care. You might think I'm an asshole. But hey, at the end of the day, I bust my ass day in and day out for those who have given me a chance who have given me their ears and have put a little faith into what I've been trying to say. So if you want to know truly what has been going on in this market, get the fuck off Reddit, get the fuck off Twitter, and stop following idiots. If I go to YouTube right now and I type in GME AMC in the main search, look at these thumbnails. They're disgusting. We gotta start thinking, people. We've gotta start thinking. These people don't know what the fuck's going on. That's why they're posting these thumbnails. Like, here's this dude. I mean, come on. It's time. If you're out there and you've got any sense in you left, there is an opportunity coming up soon that you're going to literally be blindsided by because you've been following morons. It's time to stop. Let's go, Brandon. We have the capability. We've had the capability to change this shit for those of us who want change. That is all that matters to me. Can you change everyone's opinion? Of course not. Is that what the goal is? Of course not. The goal is to get people to see the disservice that has been done by these people. Not saying they're bad people, but it is what it is. They're in the situation. I don't need YouTube to be successful. YouTube's extra for me. I have a daytime job. I transcribe legally. Legal transcription. That's what I do. This is all extra shit on the side because I'm passionate about it. So again, think what you want, say what you want, but when whatever I've been saying happens, don't come fucking crying to me. I tried and I tried to tell you. So again, love everyone. And by the way, I used to listen to this song right here. Kumbaya, motherfucker. Every day thinking GameStop was going to go to the moon. I've been there. I've been there. I have fucking been here. There's a way out. It's called work. But guess what? Luckily, I've done all that work for you. All you got to do is just verify it. It's not hard. Anyways, take it easy.